Hello, everyone. Whenever we do these videos, just stare at there. So we.
Okay, I was wondering if you were going to start.
Yeah, but see, everyone always starts, and they always.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
Makes it easier to cut. Just stare at the screen, and then I'll start. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Pepper and Salt. My name is Kevin Mahalik.
And I'm Judy Mahalik.
And we are husband and wife. This video is about. We want to tell you a little bit more about our YouTube channel and what we're looking to do in the future, and hopefully you'll follow along with us.
And what this channel is about is we want to share with you our lives. We have an interesting family, we have amazing kids, we have an amazing marriage, and at the same time we're real. We have real battles, real struggles that we go through every day. So we want to share that with you, and we want to leave a legacy for our kids to someday look back and see these videos and to remember what their childhood was about. We're blessed to be in the age of technology where we can put things like this on YouTube and our kids can look back at it someday. So that's why we decided to make this video blog, so our kids can follow what their childhood was like and look at it even 20, 30, 40 years from now and share it with their kids. Our grandkids someday hopefully will look at this video and say, hey, those were my grandparents. How cool is that?
I can tell you this, though, right now. 2 of the 3 are very hesitant, and they want to know everything because they want to keep their life super private, unless they actually do something, but I digress. First, let's get into how we met.
It's an interesting story. We both went through divorces. We both were looking to still have a partner in life. We both knew that that's what we wanted. We wanted someone to share our lives with. And we happened to join Match.com.
Yes, Match.com.
Not a fact that I'm proud of, other than the fact that we met through the Match.com. And the way we met is sort of unique. I had a profile set up. I really wasn't super serious about pursuing anything. I had it open one day, and I clicked on his profile just to look at him and to see what he was all about. And my cat, actually my son's cat, was standing behind me on the pillow and jumped down onto my keyboard. In doing so, she winked at him. That's sort of like a like on Facebook.
Yeah.
So it got his attention, which was pretty cool.
So, of course, I got the notification that someone winked at you, so I proceeded to check her out. Now, I got on Match.com. I was once again searching, didn't know what to do, so I thought I would do the 1-month subscription, just see how it went. But the thing that I found out was, because I didn't read the fine print, was that they charged me for a full year. So I had a full year subscription to Match.com, and I didn't know what to do, so I figured I might as well do something. And so when she winked at me, from that point we began to communicate and talk and to see if things would hit off. We probably spent 3 or 4 days texting back and forth and getting to know each other. And
we found we had a lot of details in common. Like, there were little tiny things like, how do you like the toilet paper on the roll? Do you like it over the top or underneath? Now, that may seem like a small detail, but we both liked it over the top, because you can simply pull down on it, rip it off. It's easier. You don't have to reach to the back of the roll. It doesn't get like spun up around the roll. One minor detail. Huge, though. We both like sort of obsess over it, I think. We do.
One thing you never have to worry about is it being the other way around. Now, if that is how you like it, that is definitely up to you.
It's fine.
However, we like to have it going the right way. If someone else puts the toilet paper on the roll, then we know it was not us.
No.
That's for sure. So there were many things that we hit it off, and that's one of those weird ones that, you know, everyone has those weird things. Maybe when you met someone, something weird happened. That was ours. And so from that point, we continued to hit it off, and we decided that we were going to go ahead and actually meet each other face to face. Now, you can encounter all kinds of crazy things on these dating sites. We were lucky that that did not happen. So we decided to meet each other, and we were setting up a specific day that we were going to meet. And then I had this wonderful, great idea that maybe we should actually like talk. We hadn't
talked to each other like verbally over the phone. We had only texted. And, you know, when you text someone, you can write whatever you want and edit it before you send the message. So we're like, yeah, maybe we should really talk and see if what we're feeling is true.
Well, one of my fears was I'm from the South and we are in the Northeast, and I was afraid that the accent was going to be so bad that I wouldn't even understand it. Not everyone speaks crazy accents, just like in the South and Texas. Some people have crazy accents that it's hard to understand them. So I thought that's what it was going to be. So when I actually heard her voice on the phone, I was just pleasantly surprised, and I was a very happy man.
I actually talked to him in a normal accent, I think. I think he could understand me. I mean, I can talk in a Maine accent if I want to. Yes, sir.
What? What did you just say?
Yes, sir. And yes, sir. That's Maine.
And go park a car
in a garage. Yeah.
So anyway, many things. One way you can tell the difference between the North, if you're from the North and the South, is in the South we say aunt, in the North they say
aunt.
And so that is one big difference. That's one thing. I continue to live in the North, and I find myself every once in a while I might say aunt, but it's always aunt. We've had relatives visit us, and it's aunt.
Well, unless they're my relatives, then they're aunt. So our kids have an Aunt Jody and an Aunt Maggie. And it's funny because they don't even question it. Aunt Jody is Aunt Jody, Aunt Maggie is Aunt Maggie. And they both use the terms interchangeably.
I do feel uncomfortable sometimes when I say aunt. I just feel like that peer pressure on me is telling me that it's not okay to say that.
And I feel the same way when I have to say aunt and not aunt, because that's how we were brought up. But it's those little differences that actually add the spice to our life. And that's how we got our YouTube channel. We'll talk about that in a minute. But we like our differences. We like that there are so many ways we are opposites, yet there are so many ways we're the same. And that's how our family is. Our family is really interesting. We are a blended, multicultural, adoptive family. In my first marriage, my ex-husband and I adopted my two boys. And Kevin has two children from his first marriage that are biologically his. So when we blended our families together, there were a lot of boundaries and a lot of issues and a lot of things that we had to deal with. So we want to bring to you some of those experiences. We also want to bring to you hope. Hope that if you are going through what we went through, there's someone out there for you. It may be hard to find them, but compatibility and getting along with someone and having that desire to be not just their mate, but your best friend is something that we found. We are very happily married to one another. And part of that is because we are best friends. We do pretty much everything together, other than the fact that he works in one place and I work in another. But we both work in schools. We both work in middle schools. We have very similar jobs. We love spending time together. And when we're apart, we want to be together. That, I don't know what your experiences are, but for us to have found that after some of the things that we have been through in the past was a miracle to us. And we just love being together. We love sharing our lives together. And we love that our kids sort of share that same desire to be with one another. We have 4 kids. Our oldest is our daughter, Virginia, who's 21. She's married. Her husband is stationed at Camp Pendleton in California. And they're coming home soon, and we're excited to have them back. And then we have 2 boys that are in the 7th grade in the school that I teach in. And they are really good friends. Like, when they get home from school, they will go outside and pass the football around if their homework is done for an hour until they're freezing, because we live in Maine. And then they'll come back inside and they'll want to go hang out together. They talk sports together. They were not brought up together. I think they met probably when they were around 7 years old. And they are really, really close, good buddies. And we're really lucky to have that. Not all blended families do.
They do have their issues. Mm-hmm. Life is definitely not perfect. Not everything is going to go your way. but definitely if you have a good family foundation, if your husband and wife, your spouse, or even if you're not married, your significant other, if the two people at the top of the chain are getting along and everything is going fine, then that'll help the children. That'll help them. That actually, it shows them, it gives them hope in future. Because I know some people, they may not grow up in good situations. They may not have good situations, but we're thankful for ours. And we'll probably, I'm sure, not probably, we will be getting more into detail in the future. We want to tell you a little bit about pepper and salt. We came up with that name. Originally, I thought salt and pepper, and then she thought we'll switch it around. So we did pepper and salt. It kind of made it more unique. And you also hear the spice of life, like that thing that comes into your life and it just spices it up and it's like so awesome. Well, we switched that around and we made it the life of spice. And the way I look at it is we're like a life, and we're hoping to bring that spice to your life. So that's why we have the life of spice. And
we're hoping to do that through humor, through our experiences, through our family, through our 4 children, through what's going on in their life. And as Kevin said earlier, they're a little bit hesitant about being on camera, and we're not going to force them. But at the same time, we want you to know what incredible people they are and what amazing, young women and young men they're growing up to be. And so we're hoping that if they'll let us, we'll film some of our adventures with them.
Yeah, they're a little hesitant, but it doesn't matter. We're the parents. We will tell you that 2 of our children are white and 2 of our children are African Americans.
The 2 children that I had with my previous husband, my ex-husband, they were adopted at birth. It was really exciting. Our oldest of those 2, I was actually at his birth and was able to witness his birth. And then the youngest, Danny, who is 10 years old, he came home when he was 5 weeks old. And he was with an amazing foster family, and I met them, and he came home. And so I've basically had those 2 boys their whole lives. And then when our older boys were about 7 and Danny was about 5, that's when we got together. And they really blended well. And we want to share that with you. I don't think we've done everything perfectly, but we've done some things that have worked and would love to share that with you and would love to interact with you and have you talk to us about your experiences.
Yep. We don't want to give everything out because we can't give out what we don't even know. We're not even sure how this is, what we're going to do, but we just want to have fun. We want you to have fun with us on our adventures in life, and so we look forward to bringing those videos to you. If you can, as the YouTubers go, if you can like and subscribe down below, then you can receive those updates and you can come back and visit us as we put out more videos. If you have ideas and things and questions that you're looking for answers, we're not trained professionals, but we're definitely down-to-earth people, and we look forward to sharing our life with you. And hopefully you can share something about you, and we look forward to doing that.
So thank you for joining us, and we look forward to sharing more with you in the future.
Thank you from Pepper and Salt.
The life of spice.